Okay, the instructions say that you're not supposed to apply it unless the humidity is 80% or less. And we are pushing our luck here. It's gone down a little bit since I started this. It was 81, now we're down to 76. I think I better get it down now because once the temperature starts dropping, it's gonna get more humid. So the sooner the better. So you're supposed to mix one pouch at a time. It comes with two pouches, one part A, one part B. And you basically just knead those back and forth until you get the individual parts mixed. And then there's a seam in the middle, or sealed in between the two pouches. And once you get the two parts kneaded separately, then you squeeze it and it busts through the seal. And from that point, you have to wait the induction period. So right now it's 76 degrees outside, so we're looking at 15 minutes after mixing and an hour and a half for pot lie. It's telling me to use a roller pan. I'm not gonna do that. That's for a 400 square foot garage or a 600 square foot garage. I've got 1,200 square feet here. So what I'm gonna do is once I mix it up, I'm gonna keep it in the pouch. I'm gonna cut a corner off and I'm gonna squirt it down in some different patterns and then lay it out, roll it out with the roller from that point. After spreading it with a squeegee to get some good coverage, and then roll everything out that way. And then once I go through my first 2.5 car kit, that'll tell me how much, if I can get through almost half of this with the 2.5 car kit, then we're good to go. Let's get started. That was part B is the big part here, and then part A is here. All right, there it is. Get them all mixed up. Okay, then it says you place it on the ground and you mix the two parts by rolling part B towards part A. So you're gonna roll the big pouch towards the small pouch. Yeah, there it goes. You can see the seam right there when it busted. Right, well, keep it shaking. I'm going to go ahead and get some close here. Keep this rolled up. Okay, so you're touching me. Forward, back, forward. I think this is just under a full gallon. It says it's a 240 ounce kit, which means each one of these pouches is 120 ounces. A full gallon being 128 ounces, just under a gallon, that's going to be what? 5 quarts? No, yeah, 5 quarts, because 6 quarts. No, it's gonna be 7 quarts, because this is I'm doing the math, 4 quarts, we're 8 ounces short of a quart, so that's 3 plus 8, 16 ounces. Not quite, so it's gonna be like 7 1/4. Just under 2 gallons. Okay, 15 minutes. Starting now. All right, they say to do a 4x4 patch. I think it's probably so you can control the quantity and how far you have to go to cover the areas. And possibly because if you get too far away, you won't be able to sprinkle the paint chips. So I'm going to go ahead and come out about 6 feet because I've got some pretty long rollers over here for extensions for my rollers, and I've got the squeegee there as well. So I'm going to come out about 8 feet and come across. I'm looking at maybe 12, which would be about the center. Well, not quite to the center of the door here. So that's what we're shooting for. Yeah, we One thing you do have to be worried about if you work into the evening hours down here are June bugs. Sorry bastards. Got a couple stuck. A couple are embedded for in perpetuity. My wife had a good point. I think it makes it look smaller. But one last little patch over here and we are done. All right. What's up, YouTube? KT here. Garage floor, shop floor is finished. As I mentioned previously, I bought two 2.5 car garage kits. And those two were enough to cover the whole 1,200 square feet. Looking back on it, if I did this again, where I was gonna buy multiple kits, more than one, I would have taken one pouch out of each box and switched them and then mixed them together. 2.5 kit here, 2.5 kit there, because you can see right across here probably, there's a little bit of a tint change. Yeah, you can see it right through here. A little bit of a tint change. I'm not too concerned about it, I really don't care. It's a shop, it's gonna get dirty and scratched and scuffed and everything else. Also the second, this lot over here, this batch, was thicker than the first two, right? So the first two that I laid out went from that wall all the way to the first column. So that's 20 feet by 30. So that was 600 square feet. And then I did the other 600 square feet with the other two kits. Also, the dude at Home Depot said we needed a 1/4 inch nap epoxy roller. Instructions call for 3/8. If I had used a 3/8, we probably would have used every bit of the 2.5 car kits, plus the single that I bought. But we used a 1/4, and I think that's probably why I have some thin spots. It's a little hazy right here, that's kind of thin. You can see over here it's a little thin. It was hard to get to get the finish right because of the thin nap on the roller. And I think if it was a thicker nap, it would have laid out a little bit better, but the squeegee method worked better. I can imagine rolling all this stuff out with, you know, a paint roller and a tray. Even if you have two people doing it, it still would have taken a while. The flakes, we just kind of tossed them in the air and let them fall where we got some heavy spots here and, you know, some bare spots over here. But again, it's a shop floor. It's my shop floor. If I was doing this for somebody and they were paying me for it, I would have to pay a little more attention to detail. I didn't cut in any of the side trim. I didn't cut any of the corners or anything like that. So it has been 24 hours, almost 24 hours. And they say you can walk on it after 12. It's been really humid the last couple of days. It was right on the edge yesterday. A little better today, but we've got rain coming for the next 2 days. So lift is going to be going in. I'm hoping that this has enough time to cure, because with the rain coming, they're going to back their trailer in here. They want to get the lift as close to the location as possible so they don't drag it across the floor. And he said the skates that they use have steel wheels on them, so that'll mess up the coating. But anyway, that's it. Pretty happy with the product. I'm very happy with the product, actually. For water-based, it's pretty tough. And next up is the 2-post lift, and that's going to happen Wednesday. So once that happens, I will bring it back and do an update then. Till next time, KT out.